All right, in this video, we're gonna start going through my approach to social media and why it works. Again, this is still the intro module. I'm just trying to get you oriented on how I think about things and how we're gonna go through this program. So real quick, what is my approach to social media? The basis of my content approach, my social media playbook, only focuses on two things: data and psychology. Data is the proof of what worked in the past, and psychology is a prediction for what should work in the future with respect to human behavior. Those are the only two things I care about. So I like to approach social media like a scientist. I take a lot of the emotion out of it. I let the data tell me what ideas and formats will perform best based on what's already worked in the niche. And then I use world-class copywriting, storytelling, and visual packaging techniques to best trigger that human psychology so that viewers literally cannot help but watch your video. This is how I approach content. This is why it's worked for me across every medium. I'm going to teach you this whole method and how to do it. But just at this moment, lock yourself in on we're going with data and we're going with psychology. Those are the core tenets. Now, in this program, what I've done is I've broken up every core facet of the workflow to make a video. We'll go through that in a second. And for each of those buckets, I've broken down the information in a variety of different ways. So I cover the tactics, which is literally click for click, button for button, what you should do. I cover the psychology, which is the why behind why the tactics work. So you can really understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. So if you have to make a shift as things change, you can. I cover the building blocks. This is what I call the Legos or the Lego bricks. I'll go through that in a second. And then I cover the systems. And the systems really are, how do we rig up a process to repeat this over and over so that we can kind of get ourselves out of the workflow? So for every piece of this, hooks and ideas and formats and writing, I break down these components. So that's what you're going to expect to see. Now, I just want to go back up to this Lego brick thing because this is a really core foundational framework for what I believe really when it comes to content. Every video on social media can be broken down into one of 11 base variables. For example, like format is one of the variables, and there are 20 different options of format. And if every single video has one of those 20, you pick one and you go. So there's 11 different variables. Those compound together, stack together like Legos to make a video. A video is just a stack of 11 different variables. Once you know what the total set of options are for each variable, you can much more easily identify the patterns that are working for your competitors. So if you first know the 11 variables, isolate one of them, let's say format, then you look at 100 videos that have worked best for your competitors, but you know what the options are, what the 20 choices are for format, you can start to see the patterns so much faster because you'll be like, oh, that's a case study, that's a case study, that's a case study. Oh, case studies are crushing, I should make a case study. It becomes a lot easier to see the patterns when you have this Lego brick type approach. So I call every base variable in the content stack a Lego. And when you think of a video, I just want you to think of, okay, I'm constructing my own stack of 11 Legos. I need to know which pieces that I'm using, right? Understanding the Legos make it way easier to win because then when you have the options that you can choose from, you're not wondering, is there something else I'm missing? It's a discrete list in most cases. So I'm going to go through the Legos and show you everything about that. It's like a fundamental principle that I came up with that really helps with content. So just to cover tactics, psychology, Legos, and systems, we're going to cover each piece in all of the aspects of the social media workflow. Now, why does this work? Why does this data psychology piece work? Well, very simply, if you have the information, if you have the explanation, you have the strategy, and you have the systems, then you have everything you need to make a great video. All you need in addition to that is how to get better from rep to rep and then continuously posting forever. That's it. That's all you need. And so I'm going to give you all this so that you have it. And then I'm going to teach you how to make stuff. I'm going to literally help you myself get better. And then the goal is you never stop. That is the winning formula. That's all you need. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video. In the next video, I'm going to break down kind of the curriculum, like the different modules so you can orient yourself on what you're going to see. So let's get into that now.